Morning, guys, girls. Rob with you, and we have college football finals from yesterday, as well as NFL games starting in about an hour and a half. The East Coast games will start with the Jets and Colts and Texans and Browns. Lions. I think the Bears even maybe play early today. Later, um, I know the Chargers play late, as well as the Seahawks, Broncos, and Saints. So there's going to be some late games played today, early games played today. So let's get to the college football finals yesterday. First off, we'll go Thursday. Troy, Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina wins an exciting game 35-28. They were 19-point favorites. So Troy got on the dot there, and I was lucky enough to pick Troy in that game. Yesterday's game, Cincinnati and Tulane. Cincinnati did not cover 25 and a half points. They won 31-12. 19-point cover, not 25 and a half. Harris was lucky enough to get good enough to get that one, so Harris got a point there. Michigan State. Michigan 4-point favorites. Michigan State ended up winning that game by 4 points. Everyone but Matt ended up getting a point for that game. Iowa, Wisconsin. Wisconsin 3.5-point favorites. They win by 20. Tim is the lone person there to get a point for that one. Texas. We hadn't seen Tim in a while too, so let me invite Tim in case Tim wants to come on here as well. Texas and Baylor. We all liked Texas starting the week off. We all thought Baylor was just kind of going the upswing, and that Texas was going downwards. They just have not been playing well. They haven't, and it held to fruition yesterday. Baylor at home, 3-point favorites, win by a touchdown, 31-24. We all got that right. Hope you guys win some money there. Found a run D, except for the big run at the end. Yeah, and I'll tell you something else. They just you could tell they're hurting compared to Ohio State. Ohio State's a better team there. What's up, Keith? Miami, I invited both of you guys too if you want to pop on here. Miami and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh 12-point favorites. Everybody but Harris liked the Pittsburgh side of things. Pittsburgh gets upended. They get beaten. So now any hopes of I think of a New Year's Day bowl is pretty much out the window for Pittsburgh. Iowa State, West Virginia. Iowa State 7-point favorites. Everyone but Matt went with West Virginia. We thought they would keep it close. They actually win by a touchdown. West Virginia 38-31. Georgia, Florida. Tim, Keith, and Matt all like Georgia. They cover easily. I mean, this was not even close. This was not even a close game. Georgia absolutely throttled Florida. First 20 minutes of the game. Did you watch any of the Georgia-Florida game, Tim?
No, I was napping after doing pinball. There were also doing pinball from like 1 to 3:30, and I took a nap afterwards.
Oh, okay. So y'all have like a pinball federation, something going on?
Well, so there's a store that has board games, comic books, toys, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and there's also a guy that has the pinball games there. So it's an all-purpose type store. So he sets up where anybody can sign up to play. It's 12 games a week.
How much it cost you?
First time it's free, and then you have to pay for the games to play. And then after that, it's like $10 or $15.
Oh, okay.
And then all that goes into the prize pool.
You do it weekly.
You can if you want, but you can also do the the 12 games in one day if you want. That's what I did yesterday.
And that's what you do almost every Saturday.
Well, not every Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's like every other Saturday, although I will be doing it next Saturday, so we don't have to do it 2 weeks from now because one guy has something going on.
And Keith says a loud echo with Tim. So
are your speakers on again or something? Or loud or something? I don't know.
Who, mine?
Yeah, well, hold on. I could turn something down here.
Let me see. In fact, you know what? Oh, Jerry and Remy passed away. I did not know that.
Oh, jeez.
Right?
How old was he?
Yeah, it had to be in the 60s. Puck,
it's very young.
How do we sound, Puck? From me, everything sounds good right here.
Okay.
I'm wondering if this might be on Keith right here. Puck, what is it sounding like to you, bud?
Hold on, Rob. Testing. Yeah, because this is. I don't know what they're kind of expecting. It's do they not want us to hear through the speakers or?
He had cancer. All right,
okay.
Puck says you're good.
All right.
I wonder if Keith still has something open from and then you're echoing Tim. That's what it. Let me hook my headphones up. To me, you sounding good from here, man. Yeah, real good. Tribe's got an echo.
All right, testing 1 2 3. All right, so I think that might be only if you don't have your microphone on. There might be some kind of thing that's going back and forth.
All right, let me turn this down a little bit. Let's see if it's an echo now. Echo, or we're sounding good.
All right, so can everybody hear me now?
You're in, man. It sounds immaculate to me right here. It really is. It's
right.
Not bad.
All right, so not as bad. Echo is gone, says Keith. Okay, so there might be something now where you could it only works with the microphone or something. So
let me see what I can see right here. See if I can do some settings.
Yeah.
Audio avatars. Let's see audio.
Oh, I can't wait till you get to the Cincinnati game. Boy, the better's getting jilted by them 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Like for me, that's a red flag for me if I'm betting. Like if I see Cincinnati on the board, it's like nope.
Yeah. You talking about the
Bearcats.
Bearcats. By them not covering again.
Right.
And they still got 4 more games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see them running the gambit and winning all of them?
Let's pull up their schedule. I mean, winning and covering the spread are two different things. I mean, hey, they could win, but
it could still happen though because we got Texas Tech here against Oklahoma, and everybody went with Oklahoma except me. Oklahoma wins 52-21, rolled Texas Tech. I really thought Texas Tech, they say it's a lot better, so that's good. Oregon, Colorado, Keith, Harris, and Matt all took Colorado. Oregon wins, but not by 26.5 points. I don't have a final score right in front of me. Let me get
Hold on. I can get you there.
All right. Colorado.
Let's see. I know it was like 20. It was 52-29.
What was it?
52-29. So 23 points.
29. Yeah. It was not 26, so me and Tim end up losing out on that one right there. Duke, Wake Forest. Wake Forest stays undefeated, 45-7. They're throwing the ball all over the lot. Harris and Keith missed that one. Well, me, Tim, and Matt got that one right.
I think Wake Forest is now realizing that they need to put up points.
Yeah.
70 and then 45. I mean, granted, the quality of opponents might not be great, but still, that's Ohio State didn't put up 46 against Penn State last night.
Are they going to go? Are they going to go in the top 10? You think? I think they do.
Let's see here.
I think there's a good chance they end up number 10 this week.
Let's see here.
Penn State. Penn State's got to
Let's
fall.
see. Unless Michigan gets bumped out, not a chance.
Penn State will fall out of the top 10.
Well, Penn State was 20th, so they'll probably be out of the top 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Penn State was already down. That's right.
Yeah, so everybody in the top 10 won except for Michigan.
Oh yeah, so they won't make that big a jump. Not from 13th.
Right.
Well, that's right. Ole Miss lost. Ole Miss was number 10. They lost to Auburn.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Yeah, they lost.
Harris's favorite team.
Yeah, I picked Auburn in that ball game too. Auburn, was it 31 to 20?
Yes, that was the final for that game. Yeah,
31 to 20. Yeah,
I'm just looking at the scores now. I didn't even watch like college football final or anything like that.
Me and Keith both went with Mississippi State against Kentucky. Kentucky gets upset as well. Number 12 in the country, they get beat.
So yeah, Wake Forest could be in the top 10 for the next bowl coming up.
They're right at the edge. Kansas, Oklahoma State buried them. Was it 55-7 or something? I mean, they just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, that's got to be a disappointment if you're Kansas, 55-3. But yeah, you play so well against Oklahoma, and then you go out and you lay an egg. I mean, was this? Well, granted, it was a road game too, so maybe they were a little hyped up for being at home.
And then SMU, number 19 in the country, goes to Houston. Houston beats them. Houston ends up beating SMU. It was a pick'em game. Penn State, Ohio State, like you say, the first 20 minutes of that game, Ohio State and Penn State, neither one of them was doing a whole lot of anything. And then after a while, they started going up and down the field. Ohio State got started.
Yeah, I don't know about that. They had the big fumble return, which I'll admit, they did the speed test on him. That guy's 305 pounds and ran a 5.1 40.
5.1, yep.
They said he ran 40 yards in 5.1. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And Ohio State wins. They do not cover. All of us picked Ohio State. We lost on that one, but Ohio State did win the game. UNC against Notre Dame. Notre Dame wins this game. Notre Dame, it was close throughout, and at the end of the game, they had to decide whether they were going to kick field goals. And I really think Brian Kelly was looking at the line and thinking, well, if they kick a field goal, it's going to be a push. But they did it, and they ended up winning by more than 4 points. Notre Dame across the board, we all liked them.
Mike says that, I hate to interrupt you here, but Utah Mike says 100-yard walk-off kick return to end the game, win the game at the end of regulation.
Yeah, Houston.
Wow. I mean, that's heartbreaking if you're SMU.
University of Virginia, BYU smeared them. You got the final score in front of you?
For
BYU, Virginia.
Oh, that was high scoring. That was
66-49.
Something like that, yeah. I think that Yahoo Sports doesn't keep your settings. I just want the top 25. 66-49. So
66. Yeah, that shows you right there. Virginia, they've got a receiver out there that I think is going to be in the top. I think he'll be in the top 20 picks next year. He is one heck of a receiver. That's a guy we're going to have to watch. Really, really, really going to have to watch for him. He is that good. Fresno State.
Are we talking about Brennan Armstrong?
No. Armstrong.
Oh, he's a running back.
He's a quarterback, I think. For
okay. Hold on.
What is his name?
Well, there's. I'll give you the guys who scored touchdowns. See if any of these hit.
He got
Keaton Thompson.
No.
Billy Kemp.
No.
Dontavian Wicks.
Dontavian Wicks. He is a guy. He's going to be a top. He may be a top 10 pick next year. He is going up. He's went up against 6'4" and 6'5" defensive backs. Gets in the air with them and better. This is a kid. He's going to end up being a first-round pick, and he is going to be. He's going to be really, really good.
Rob, can he come out?
Do what?
Can he come out? I see he's only a sophomore.
If he can't come out, my goodness, man, that is going to be something. If he has one more year of college.
Yeah, 6'1", 205, and if he's that good already, whew.
He is. He is. Go look at his season stats right now.
Okay, so
he scored. What did he score? 4 touchdowns against Georgia Tech.
Let's see here.
4. I mean, he is.
No, he scored 2 touchdowns, but he had 168 yards receiving against Georgia Tech.
How many catches with 160?
6, and then had 7 the next week at Duke.
That's averaging almost 25 a catch now, more than 25 a catch. Yeah.
I'm seeing here 31 yards a catch. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And, I mean, he's up against ACC talent, against Clemson University. North Carolina. They got some. They go up against Notre Dame. They got some good teams they're going up against. They haven't won all the time, but my goodness, man, look at the points they're putting on the board. They are just throwing them up there every week. Their defense just can't stop anybody. That's their problem.
Mm-hmm.
And San Diego State late last night, they win. And let's see. Yeah, I actually picked. I'm sorry. Fresno State. They beat San Diego State. Fresno State pulls the upset. And I picked San Diego State to win that one. In the week standings, do we want to hear them? Here we go. Matt Sharver went 7-12. Tim went 9-10.
Okay.
Keith and myself, we went 11-8. Harris went 12-7 is what he went this week. Pros, we get a chance to flip the script right here this week. The Packers already pulled the upset on Thursday night with a win against the Cardinals. Everybody's lucky today seems to be the Bengals and the Jets. Jets are coming off a bye, right? I think they're coming off a bye this week. So, to me, this is one you're going to have to watch close, because if Cincinnati's defense comes out and plays as well as they can play, the Jets have no chance. But if the Bengals come out and kind of stagger defensively, they better watch out, because whoever the Jets have, they're at home anyway. They have a boxer's chance. I'll call it that. Malik Willis. I heard a report last night. Malik Willis, Liberty University quarterback. They had 3 Pittsburgh Steelers scouts there at the game this week with Malik Willis. And Malik Willis, don't forget, Grid Zone last year, Anthony Crooks made the team with Liberty on it with Malik Willis, and he was a Heisman candidate last year. Of course, I think he finished 7th, but still, the Jets allowed 54 points last week. Okay, so the Jets did play last week. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
against New England.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so question about Malik Willis. Now, I understand that, is he a first-round pick next year?
I don't know if he's going to be a first-round pick or not.
That could be better for the Steelers then, because that means you're not going to be paying him first-round money.
Right. To me, I watch him play compared to some of these kids. I would rather have this. This is just me now, and I know I'm gonna step on some toes, especially in San Francisco. I would rather have him than the kid San Francisco picked from North Dakota State.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. I like him better than Trey Lance. I do. Now, it depends on where you listen and where you talk. If you listen to the guy on Fox Sports 1, Fox FS1, Colin Coward says Mac Jones has already hit his ceiling. He's not going to get. This is what he says. He has hit his ceiling. He's not going to get any better. And he's saying, he's talking about that on an even team. On an even team, he would rather have Fields over Jones. Now, I'm sorry, I don't. What about you, Tim?
Unfortunately, Fields has had a Swiss cheese offensive line.
Yeah.
That's the other problem.
Yeah.
Granted, you don't think of New England's offensive line as better, but does that mean that the offensive coordinator has done better with what they have and
Or
what.
they working with what they've got.
Yeah,
The running back of Michigan State now is considered a Heisman favorite this year. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Keith was saying he watched almost all of that game. Did you watch all of it?
I watched probably about middle of third quarter to the end, and he what 5 touchdowns?
I think he said he got 5.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. Then Ohio State has to face them in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
I think Michigan State's going to give them all they can handle. And are they going to be in East Lansing or are they going to be in Ohio State? I think
they're going to be at Ohio Stadium, because remember we said that 2 out of the 3 games were going to be in Ohio Stadium.
Right.
And then
so they got to go to Michigan though.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if Michigan has what it takes. I just don't know if they have what it takes or not to stick with Ohio State.
Gus Johnson is one of the better in the business if he doesn't go all hyperbole, but
also the guy from Fox Sports, the one that changes the color of his hair once a week, he is saying there's a chance that he will not re-sign with Fox after February 2023. So another year and 2 months from now, he may be gone. Joe Buck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on a second, though. How old is he now?
50. He's not even 60 years old yet.
Oh.
Because he's got twin 3-year-olds.
Right. That could be. He could be wanting to do the. Yeah. Then again,
Joe Buck's age.
Okay, so the point that could be made, I'll even take
52,
from the NH
52.
52. Oof.
That's all he is.
I wonder if maybe CBS could pay him more, but I mean, unless they want him to be the next voice of Monday Night Football.
Or is he going to just walk away?
That could be too. The other thing is, though, during the pandemic, though, like they could do games remote. It's not the ideal situation, but sadly, it could happen.
Yeah. I think most places now, they want them on site just so they can see when they put a microphone in their face what they're, they can get the inside scoop a little better right there than they can calling somebody from their house to somewhere else.
I agree.
Too many chances other people, third and fourth and fifth sources, are going to hear things that you don't really, really, really want out in the public. There's some good games on today. Do you actually know what?
There were a couple college games that did you go over Wisconsin and Iowa?
Wisconsin and Iowa, man, that was a total blowout, wasn't it? What, 27-7?
Yeah.
I did not see one down of that. Did Wisconsin thoroughly dominate this game?
Let's see what that.
What's up?
They were up 20-0 at half. So yeah, well, I guess you could say domination.
Yeah. How many yards rushing did Iowa have in the whole game? Did they have 150 or did they have 49?
Let's see here.
That's the thing about Iowa. They had to be able to run the football. If they can't run the football, And now Ohio State, the blocks have fallen perfect for them. You can tell me what you want to, but I know they would rather face a Minnesota team than they had an Iowa team. What do you think?
And so it's about 20 yards rushing for Iowa.
In the whole game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. Yeah.
All right, so what was the question again?
The question was, wouldn't Ohio State rather play a Minnesota team than an Iowa team in a Big Ten championship?
Well,
what's Minnesota looking like? Are they really, really playing that well, or are they just so far haven't played a lot of big time? Who have they beaten?
Well, they lost to Ohio State in the first game of the season.
Okay, so they could come back and have to play them again. Okay.
Did they? They didn't. Oh, they did play. They beat Northwestern yesterday, 41-14. And Minnesota has played.
Use your wrench. Who are we going to put the wrench
on? 25 subscriber guy. Not yet, at least. Hold on.
He ain't bothering nothing right now. Yeah, he's always. And they always always comes in. It's always nice enough to us. So.
Okay, so yeah, they lost to Bowling Green. Minnesota did.
Oh man, Bowling Green. Yeah. Is that a soccer team? Bowling Green.
That's actually a school where two of my brothers graduated from.
Is that in Ohio or Kentucky?
That is in Northwest Ohio.
Northwest.
There is a Bowling Green, Kentucky, but this one is the one in Northwest Ohio by Toledo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Up from Lima. I know where Lima is. You know where that's at?
Yeah, it's north of that. Yeah, it's like you're pretty much I don't really know the distance to the Michigan line.
It's
almost to Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So from where you're at, how far is Bowling Green? Maybe an hour.
About an hour and 45 minutes, I think.
Hour and 45 minutes. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, straight shot down the Ohio Turnpike.
Yeah, I showed off some of the stuff that we got last night from the Amish store, and then I put a couple of rolls in the oven this morning and ate those things. Man, those things are good. Still got my my tournament ongoing, and we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna probably try to play 2 of those games today. How much does a season of Hockey Blast cost? What's up, Harrison? How much does like if I wanted to get a set of teams or whatever for Hockey Blast? Do you have that game?
I do not.
Maybe
I have Stratomatic Hockey for 2016, 2017. The only reason I got that was when they had that situation where they got hacked. They allowed people to get one order free shipping, and I decided to take the plunge with that. That's also the season the Blue Jackets had over 100 points.
Oh, okay.
So that was one of the.
Did they win the division? They come in second.
I think they won the division. Did they win that division? Let me see that year.
I believe they won the division, and then didn't they lose first round?
Yeah, they did. They lost to Pittsburgh,
Detroit.
I believe.
Was it Pittsburgh or Detroit?
Yeah. They got smashed in 5 games, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so the Hockey Blast, the game is 57 with the box.
Got that. So,
and then
a season, I don't know, it's probably 25, 30.
Although I'm seeing 60-61 being $24. If you're that want to go back that far for a 6-team, you know.
What year is your Indians replay, Tim?
2007.
2007.
Yes. If you want, I can give the simulated standings.
Sure. You can
hold on.
Here. You can post. You can post them on the screen there. If you got them up, you can show it with your cam.
No, I can't because I gotta do this. Unfortunately, the Phillies are 19-20. They've had some issues. The Mets are doing what they did before they collapsed late in the season. The Cubs, the almost the same for the Central, except for the Cardinals are not doing so well. They're 13-24.
Yeah.
The NL West is kind of topsy-turvy. The bottom 2 teams that ended up finishing there are the top 2 teams right now. So, and the Padres are 20-20. For the Yankees, they're 21-15, and the Red Sox are 28-10.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they were, and I'm through.
Are they in first place?
Yes, they are.
Okay. That was 07.
I mean,
they won it. Did they win it all that year?
Yes, they beat the Rockies after they came back in the ALCS down 3-1.
Yeah. So they won.
I'm through May 15th. And I can give you the standings of what they really were on that date. Give me a second.
All right.
If you want to kind of, let me see here.
I can do some fill in for you. Yeah, I can do that. Tim's looking all that up right now. How do you folks feel about the Bob Melvin situation? Bob Melvin now, the new manager out in San Diego. His name never came up on this channel when we were talking about, well, who is San Diego going to go after? Who are they going to go after? And they got Bob Melvin. I think he's a good. I think he's a good hire. I think he's a strong hire, and we'll see what happens. I'm actually thinking of doing a 2007 Strat one and done tournament. Oh, okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the games on May 13th, or sorry, May 15th, the I have 28 and 12 for the Red Sox, and for real, they were 26 and 12.
Okay, so not too far off.
No.
Couple of games.
Now the Indians, unfortunately, they were 22 and 14, and they're not even 500 in my replay. I think a part of that is in my opinion, their bullpen is not the greatest. You're talking about starting the year with
overperformed.
Yeah, in my opinion. Granted, the starting pitching's been decent, but Cliff Lee, of course, not do well and got sent down and wasn't even on the postseason roster. But you're talking about starting the season with Mike Rouse. Yeah, if you've never heard of him, the only reason that some people might have heard of him is they had a 5-run comeback in the 9th inning, and the guy that calls the Browns games was calling the game because it was on local television.
Right.
And he goes, "In comes Rouse, and the Indians win."
In comes Rouse.
Yeah. I mean, you also didn't start. The other problem was the bullpen really didn't get set up until they recalled Rafael Perez, and they had what was called Rafael right and Rafael left. So Rafael Betancourt, his strat card against righties is murder.
Really?
Like, he only allows X chances.
Oh my!
Everything else is an out.
Now, is he capable of going like 2 innings or just 1 inning?
Yeah, he's got the 2 ratings, so he can get.
So you can bring him in there in 6th and 7th or 7th and 8th and just just be an eraser.
And then Rafael Perez was the guy who will dominate left-handed hitting. So then once they got that set up, it was good to go from there. But it's like then you're depending on Johnny Peralta and Ryan Darko.
They got to get there though. Is the problem in the first 5 innings for you where you've been getting way behind early, or what's happening?
I mean,
because it doesn't look like the bullpen would give up many runs if you say they got that good of cards and all.
Well, I'm also in May, so they don't come in till like June or July.
Oh, so they haven't started playing for you yet.
Right. So and also they get
you can't wait for the calendar to switch then.
Right. Also, as Drupal Cabrera, who's I believe still played in 2021, that's his rookie season or his debut season.
Right.
And he takes over for Josh Barfield. Whew. Thank God. Because Barfield his card is terrible.
Really?
I mean, he gets everything in like the 2 to 5 range, not 6, 7, and 8.
I've watched some of the but I don't know Strat that well, so I just kind of just watch it and be like, hey. And,
okay, so you figure it's all based on percentage of 2 dice, and the rolls that come up the most are 6, 7, and 8.
Right.
So that's what you want for the good ones to have for the 2 die rolls. But yeah, what are you using for your daily transactions? Thankfully, MLB.com does have the transactions for 2007. So I did find that, and that's what I'm using.
Yeah, and I, the good thing about payoff pitch, what I like about it, it actually has dates. They date theirs.
That would be freaking tremendous.
They do it. Jeff Samardzija available from March 31st to September 25th. Did you?
I would love if they would put like.
They did that? Did you know?
I think it's some. Somebody told me. You might have told me they did it, or somebody else had. I'm not saying that we should have like. Oh, by the way, here's a separate book with when they're available. When they went on the disabled list,
right?
Because that's a large book.
Yeah, it would be.
But
it is, even if they went on the DL, they're saying what times of the year they were available to play and healthy for the majority of that time. They may have missed a game or something somewhere in there, but it's pretty.
Especially now with bereavement leave
and 10-day IL instead of all that 15-day shit.
Right, and then there's also the there's bereavement leave, and there's also paternity leave.
Right, paternity leave, and they might be gone 3 days, and that's it.
Yeah, and then somebody gets called up, and it's like, okay, and if they maybe play once, you got to kind of guess. That's the ups and downs for any replay, I guess.
Right, and I'm not sure now they consider those straight call-ups anymore if it's a 3-day deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something that Players Association got to where it dropped off and wouldn't count as one of their call-ups. So,
right, and
SIM research is pretty good for actives, yeah.
That's Mike. That's what I'm using for the scores for this hyper fast scoring from Baseball Sim Research.
Yep. We got almost 12:15 here on the East Coast. Tim is you're East Coast. You're
Yep.
East Coast time.
I'm in Ohio, so yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it goes all the way to Indiana. Yeah, it goes all the way through Indiana. Then once you get, in Indianapolis, are they hour difference?
Let's see here.
Yeah, Indianapolis is 11 o'clock right now. 11:13. Yeah, Indianapolis is 11.
Yeah, they're on the same time zone as the East. Yeah, for Indianapolis.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Okay, I thought when the racetrack was going on, they were hour difference. Okay.
Yeah, the fun thing that you can do is if you ever want to know what time it is at a certain place, you can just put in Google current time in Enter City here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that's what I just did for Indianapolis.
I know when I lived in Texas, it was an hour difference.
Yep,
there. So,
they definitely are. I mean, let me pull up like where the time zones are.
And then if you leave Georgia going into Alabama, that's a central time zone, believe it or not. Alabama.
You've got most of Indiana, the northwest corner of Indiana, and then the southwest corner are both in the central time zone for Indiana.
Oh, okay.
So you've got a swath there.
I got you. All right, folks. Before we go, I want everybody in here. Well, we got 3 or 4 people in here right now. Just shoot who you like in these games. You can just put the first letter of each place if you want to. The whole group of jabronis picked the Bengals this week. Bengals 3.5-point favorites against the Jets at New York. Me, Tim, Harris, Matt, Keith, we all like the Bengals this week. Anybody in here liking the Jets? You want to go against us this week? Make it official right here, because if somebody comes back and watches it, they can say, well, hey, you picked the Jets. We saw that. And Sports Time Machine says he likes the Bengals. Titans at the Colts. Titans traveling to the Colts. The Colts are 2.5-point favorites. Me, Harris, and Matt, we all went with the Titans this week. I like their running game. And Tim and Keith went with the Colts. They're in the Dome. They're playing good offense. There's no doubt about that. I think this could be a game of the week to watch. And Sports Time Machine says give him at 2.5 points, and he'll take the Titans. The Rams, they're giving up 14 points. They're going to Houston to play the Texans. Harris says, I'll take the 2 touchdowns and take the Texans. The rest of us, we jumped on the Rams bandwagon, and I jumped on it quick. I don't have any hopes for the Texans. How about you there, Tim?
Well, this could be another situation like the University of Cincinnati. Hey, you're up double digits in favorites, and you ain't going to cover for me?
Yeah.
I mean, they pull that 2 weeks in a row. Oh, you bet that Vegas is going to start lowering down the point spreads, especially against even the better teams.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking the Rams huge here, though. I think they could march into Houston and beat them by 30 points. I really think they.
Oh wow.
I really do. I don't know how the Texans got any stopping for them. I really don't. Steelers and the Browns. I'm the only one went with the Steelers here. Everybody else went with the Browns. Browns -3. Baker Mayfield will start today.
Mistake.
You think it's a mistake having him play?
Yes. The dude's shoulder isn't like magically healed. It was supposed to be separated, right?
Right. And
seriously, dude, don't. This is what I don't get for sports. I get that everyone wants to do this man thing.
Man up, huh?
Yeah, the man up thing. Seriously, like it affected him in the couple games afterwards. Sit the F down.
And you're going up against a Steelers team. And what's the most? I mean, if you want to find an adjective that describes the Steelers for the last 30 years, physical.
Yeah.
Physical is the one word that I don't think ever changes with the Steelers.
And
They may not have the best defense, they may not have the best offense, but in every aspect of the game, they will hit you. And the thing of it is, Baker Mayfield's a hit or two away from being out of this season.
Yes.
And the Browns,
Yes.
look, I already tell you, I don't think Mayfield can take you to the promised land. But if he can, he sure as hell can't do it from a living room couch. So,
right.
yeah. So this week, if you were the coach, Tim, you would have him at home, and you would have the other
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum quarterbacking.
Yes.
And
right. Until that shoulder is fully healed, sit down.
Even if it's 3 weeks, you just sit him down and say,
yes.
Yeah, I got you. Don't be doing any football activities. I understand you all the way there. Eagles 3.5-point favorites at the Lions. Me and Tim love this one. I just, to me, the Lions have no receivers and they have no running backs. Jared Goff cannot do it himself. He's not capable of getting out there running for 100 yards and throwing for 300 with no talent around him. The Eagles, I'll admit, the Eagles may not score 20 points in this game. But I don't think the Lions will score 10. I really like the Eagles here. How about you, Tim?
Yeah, granted, the Lions play with heart, but heart doesn't score points sometimes.
No, and now, they're already talking about trading some players off. They're already talking about trading Kerrigan, Ryan Kerrigan. The Eagles signed him off season. They are not at all happy with his return right now. Don't be surprised at all if you see Ryan Kerrigan in a Tampa uniform or in a Green Bay uniform in the next 3 weeks.
Also, Dan Campbell calling out Goff, saying that he needs to be better. Let's see what happens with that.
Yeah. So 49ers at the Bears. 49ers are 3-point favorites, but a bunch of us saw the Bears play one of the best teams in the NFL in Tampa, and the Bears look like trash. They're at home this week. We got to give them that. And they're playing a 49ers team that's really underperforming. But every one of us like the 49ers here. We've given up 3 points. Justin Fields has not played to any type of potential. The 49ers do have 2 quarterbacks, so if one is not performing, they do have an option here. Do the Bears really have an option to go back to Andy Dalton? What do you think, Tim?
They could, but at this point, you might as well let him hit his growing pains and keep him starting unless he gets hurt.
Yeah, I agree. If he's not hurting or aching in any shape, form, or fashion, you keep Fields in there and just let him learn. But yeah, the Bears have not, and Khalil Mack, is he out for the year? I understand Khalil Mack may be out for the year. That's what I've been hearing. If that's the case, the Bears' bite is not near as bad as their bark, and
he's at least out for this week. I've not seen out for the year.
I've been hearing he's maybe out for the year. So the 49ers to me are the pick here. They have great running backs. They have good receivers. They have a decent offensive line, and their defense is not terrible. I think their defense is at least comparable to the Bears, and I know the Bears' offense is not comparable to the 49ers. I give 3 points up here. I don't even wink. How about you, Tim?
Yeah, I think that's the kind of play to go with the Bears' offense being kind of suspect.
Yeah, I didn't think twice about this one. Now, this one right here, I think this one right here has to make you think twice. Panthers at the Falcons. Which Panthers team shows up? Keith likes the Panthers. Falcons only -1, so it's a pick'em game. I'm going with the premise they're playing in the Dome. Matty Ice is playing, and we just don't know what Sam Darnold's good for right now. And I am also hearing this is huge, but I saw it on a news feed this morning. the Panthers are maybe in this deal for Watson before it's over with, and they're actually thinking about giving up and McCaffrey, two number ones and Christian McCaffrey to the to the to the Houston football
Now,
team.
hopefully, those number ones would be in 23 and 24.
Right.
I would not give up next year's first round pick.
I wouldn't want to either.
No.
But yeah.
Why the
only,
urge to trade McCaffrey? I mean, do they think he's too injury prone? Or they got to give something back and he's their only value?
Yeah. Instead of giving up a third number one. But my goodness, man. I mean, Darnold's not done anything for you in the last 3 weeks. But I've said this about everybody. If somebody comes out in the first 4 weeks of the season and lights up a town, and then the next 4 weeks they go out there and they make it look like the town's been, just ransacked, and you go 4-4, you aren't as bad as those 4 losses. You may not be as good as those 4 wins, but you're not as bad as those 4 losses. You're somewhere in between there. Somebody's got to find like an evening stick and get to Darnold and say, look, you got to do what you can do. You cannot do what Tom Brady does. You cannot do what Kyler Murray does. You cannot do what Dak Prescott does. You do what Sam Darnold can do, and you've shown us already we can win games. We can win games. That's the problem, though. I think too many quarterbacks and too many quarterback coaches put the pressure on them to try to do too much instead of just saying, look, the game's in front of you. Play the damn game. But they got too much shit going in their ear. If I were an offensive coordinator, number one thing I would do, I would cut any volume going to their headset off, and I would make sure they understand me from any kind of hand signals I give, not having to listen to me. And if you're not that sharp, you'd be.
There's also holding up that little signboard that you can confuse
people. But if you don't know what I'm talking about from whatever I'm doing on the sideline, we'll yank you. We'll bring somebody else in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm liking the Falcons this week. I wouldn't bet strong on them though. How strong are you on the Falcons, even at home against the Panthers team? What are you thinking?
I would lay minimum money. If I had to lay any, what's the over-under would probably be the best play for this. I don't see both teams.
It probably would, and I would probably be looking at the under here.
I probably would too.
Yeah, let's see. Falcons, Panthers this week. Okay, let's see. Falcons, Panthers betting line. Let's see if I can find it right here. Here we go.
Okay, so over-under is 46.5.
46.5. That's so they got to put 23 on the board each half. I
mean, both teams would have to. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But still, I'm not sure.
No, I'm thinking this could be like 24-14, which would put it at 38.
Yeah. So
if that's the way it goes, or even 24-21, which would put it at 45. So I would like the under.
I like the under in this game too. I really do. Yeah. If anytime you're, you got 46.5. Is what you got?
Yeah.
46.5 is what it's showing right here. I think so as well. Dolphins Bills betting line. Man, everybody's going strong with the Bills this week. This one scared me a little bit. The Bills are 11-point favorites against the lowly, the downtrodden, we can't do any better for ourselves Dolphins right now. We are so woe is me. This is starting to scare me a little bit because we know the Dolphins have a decent defense. They do play some defense once in a while, and the kid for Buffalo has a tendency of making some stupid mistakes once in a while. I'll give him this. I think he's an all-pro caliber quarterback, but he's got to quit making dumb mistakes. I like the 11 points here and giving it up with the Bills, but let's look and see what the over-under is on this. How strong are you on this Bills pick?
Well, the public's real strong. I mean, I don't know. The line now is 15. I don't know if I'd give that much. Anywhere between 11 and 14, I'd be okay with. Over-under is 48.5.
And the 48.5 right there, I'll probably go over. I would go over on that one because I feel like the Bills can maybe put 30 on the board against them.
Yes.
But I'm just not I'm not sure that the Dolphins are not going to score 20. And if that's the case, 48.5 is a safe pick.
I'd say 35-14 would be about ideal. That would cover the over and still cover the Bills.
Yep. And if that's the case, then the Bills, either way, if you want to play the Bills straight up with giving up 11 points, you're safe there. Or if you want to play the over, I probably would just go straight up and just pick a team. What would you do here? You think you would go with the team, or you think you would go with the over? If you're only picking one.
Like picking a team just to win, or with the points?
Just this game. The over on this game, or just the Bills at 11? I think I would give the 11.
If I got it at 11, I would do the 11. If it was 15, I would take the over.
Right. 15. Has anyone ever seen the Dolphins and Lions in the same place at the same time? No. They are the same team. That's why one plays at 1 o'clock and one plays at 4 o'clock. They beam themselves like Scotty from Detroit down to Miami. That's what'll happen there. Or actually up to Buffalo. Patriots and Chargers this week. You like the Patriots right off the bat. As soon as I heard, and you know what? I don't think it's a stupid pick. Some people take Mac Jones and say, well, he's a product of what has been thrown in front of him. And some people take Mac Jones and look back and see what he did in college, and now you see what he's doing in the pros. Look, I'm like this about it. Look what Cam Newton did with the same talent last year. And to me, I think Mac Jones is head and shoulders above that. What are you thinking, Tim?
Oh, yeah. I mean, plus I think Jones doesn't have the ego.
Patriots, Chargers betting. Yeah.
So, I mean, plus also, a couple of the receivers have either grown in the last year or they've come out of nowhere. Like, you got that one kid that's a dual threat. He might have been a quarterback at some point in his young life.
Which one is that?
He threw a touchdown pass the other week. The receiver.
For the
Patriots.
Patriots. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I think he was a wide receiver, and when he goes out, I think he throws left-handed. In fact,
yeah.
I think I saw him play. Yeah, they are. They don't really have the most sound receiving core. They definitely don't have as good of players as they have in the past with some of the Super Bowl teams they had. But let's see. Right now, what are they? They're 4.5 point dogs. It's went from 6 to 4.5 now.
Yeah.
And I still at 6. I still like a Chargers. 49.5 points right here. I think both of these teams play defense, though. That's the thing. I think both of these two teams show up for defense. They got to score 25.5 between both teams. That's better than 3 touchdowns and a field goal between both teams.
I don't think that's.
If I'm playing, then I'm playing the under on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm playing the under on this one. I really would. But I like the Chargers here, but the Chargers, their quarterback is so. One week he can be like a Bills quarterback, and the next week he could be like
Lamar Jackson.
A bad Jameis Winston when he throws 4 INTs and has no clue. Herbert is learning still.
Don't think Belichick didn't watch that footage against the Ravens when they totally confused him.
Yeah. And right now, I'm not sure Jones is not a better quarterback than Herbert, straight up.
It's close.
I don't think he's got the arm Herbert's got. I definitely don't think he's got the arm Herbert's got. Herbert's a bigger kid, too. He's 6'5". 6'6" almost. He is a big guy. Straight up, I probably would rather have Herbert. But I tell you, in the room and all, you can just tell Jones is the one learning stuff right now. 6 points, the public saw it too, and they were jumping. That's why they jump on the Patriots. Snow went down to 4.5. Um, I I'm playing the under on this one. I would not touch the 6. Tim, you'd be getting 6 points. You probably would jump on the points more than the total. Which way would you probably bet?
Yeah, I think if it was still at 6, I would probably jump on the Patriots at 4.5. Ooh,
yeah,
I'm not sure I'm touching that.
Then 49.5 looks a whole lot better to play under. Yeah,
yep.
I got you. Jags and Seattle. Jags and Seattle here. Seattle. Me, Tim, and Keith all liked Seattle this week, -3. I'm just not sold. We haven't seen the Jags play 2 games solid in a row yet. They're coming off a bye. Yes, everybody's supposed to be better after a bye, but guess what? The league even states 58% win after a bye. That's not killer amount. I mean, that's not 75%. No. So let's see, Jaguars versus Seahawks betting line.
All right, so right now that's at -4.
And probably 44.5 or 45 or something as far as the total.
Excellent choice. Yes, that's exactly the total, 44.5.
Yeah, it's got to be low because, I mean, where are they going to get their points at? Either team right here.
If both teams score 2 touchdowns, that'll be amazing in and of itself, I think.
It will be. I think right here, 44.5. Again, if you've got it at your disposal, I'm not going to look it up, and I'm going to try to give it to you and tell you what I think will be close. I'll play the under right here all day. What about you, Tim?
Yeah, I think so too. Plus, also, it may be a thing where Seattle might be scoring all the points.
Exactly. That's another thing. If you want to try to make it a double whammy, put them together, take Seattle -3, and also go the under. What do you think?
That might not be a bad play.
Yeah,
I think that could be a decent little to put them together.
Yep. Next one, I'll let you check it out if you want to. I'll take a guess at it. Washington football team at the Broncos. The Broncos have been getting no love this week. Everybody's saying the Washington football team, the Broncos, and let's see, it was one other team. All just need the Giants all need to reload, and the Broncos getting thrown in there. The Broncos, after 2 or 3 weeks this year, were playing great. They were playing good. They hadn't played anybody. Now they're going to be playing at home against Washington. Look, I don't know why I picked the Washington football team in this game. I really don't. There's really no reason to. Washington does not travel well. They've got a backup quarterback going on. The Broncos are playing better defense than Washington is, even though if you really look at things, Washington had the better defense last year by far. And if they're able to rush a quarterback and get to Bridgewater, they have a boxer's or fighter's chance here. I would say over under here, Washington can score some points, and the Broncos have a chance. I'm gonna say the over under is 46.5 here.
Actually, it's almost the same as the Seattle Jacksonville game.
44.5.
44.
44 even. Oh man, I'll tell you. You know
that could be an over because even if it's 24-21, that's a cover.
Yeah, it is. I kind of like Washington has not stopped anybody this year. I mean, they just have not. I mean, their defensive backs are really not very good. The Broncos, and I think both teams have a legit shot at running back a pick 6 or 2. I mean, neither one of these 2 quarterbacks are without problems.
One name to look out for if you're the Washington football team. I'm a little half biased. Terry McLaurin could have a big day if the WTFs have a chance to win. Washington team of football.
Yeah,
that's what I'll call them now.
And
he's a ex-Buckeye.
Tim picked the Broncos. I picked Washington. I'm going to take the +4. I'm going to stay by it. But I think if I was going to do anything, I'd probably go over here. Tim?
Yeah. That's definitely the better play in my opinion.
All right. Buccaneers -4 at the Saints today. Um, I took the Saints. Tim took the Buccaneers at -4. I know, and Matt even took them as a lock of the week this week. I know a lot of people are going to say Tom Brady can march down the field, march down the field, march down the field, march down the field. Number one, the Saints are not just your normal defensive team. They are a very good defensive team. Number two, yes, they won their playoff game in the Dome last year, but still, I think overall in his career, he's got a losing record, I think, against the Saints in that building. I don't think he plays his best football in this place. Look, I'll be the first to say that Jameis Winston is not who I want to be quarterbacking against Tom Brady. I'll be the first to say that. But I think this is a game where both teams could show up. I'm going to say over-under in this game is probably 45.5.
More than that, 48.5.
Wow. I go under on this one. I'll play the under all day on this one. I think Tom and company are going to have problems going up and down the field. I really do. I don't see them putting a 30 spot on this team. I don't see it. Tim, what about you now? What are you thinking?
Wow. That's going to be a tough one for me. I think I'd rather play the odds than the over-under.
Okay.
Because it could be 28-21, which would cover, but I don't know if both teams are going to put up that type of offense.
What will be the scariest Halloween game? Probably a Bucs Saints game right here. It looks like it might be a good one. And then Cowboys.
Scary good or scary bad? Scary
know.
Bad could be Miami Buffalo.
Oh yeah, well, or Jacksonville Seattle. Seattle could, or the Panthers and the Falcons. How about that one?
Yeah, those could be the UGLY Halloween games.
Yeah. Cowboys and Vikings. Cowboys may not have Dak, is what I'm understanding. He
is a game time decision.
If they don't have Dak, this is a game where I think the Vikes have a legit chance. Normal circumstances, I'd probably say the over-under here is probably 50.5. 49, 50, 50.5.
I'm seeing right now 52.
52, and I could see that. If Dak plays, they run up and down the field with everybody.
And plus, they're probably thinking they could catch a few deep ones with Lamb and Cooper.
If Dak does not play, that 52, I don't know if they'll drop it at game time or not. I think they can, though. I think they can, but I think they can only do it until maybe 20 minutes before game time. So,
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah. So, if it ends up being where Dak does not play and you're willing to risk it, this is one, especially if you don't think Dak may play much. I think the under is the play here. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think the under would be the play here because I mean essentially the Vikings are now all pass offense.
Yes,
in my opinion, Jefferson and Thielen and a couple other guys. Like I don't see much of a running game from them. Now the other thing that's if Dak doesn't play, you'll see a lot more Ezekiel Elliott, which
exactly
means around the clock.
And the clock runs and runs and runs and runs, and it's harder and harder if you have to have a 13-play drive and takes 8 minutes.
Right.
You're not getting a point per minute. And you said 52. They almost have to score a point per minute in this game. So, yeah, they can ill afford to have a bunch of turnovers, and this could be a turnover fest. It really could. This dome has been known for it before. What would you guess Ron Rivera does every week to prepare for game day? I probably closes his eyes and eats food and guesses what it is. He's a food critic. I don't know. And says, okay, now I'm ready to go coach.
Maybe he'll try some of that one-bite pizza and see if it's good or not.
Somebody needs to stuff a hole one in his mouth and set him to the side somewhere. It's really bad. And then Monday Night Football, we got the Giants against the Chiefs. Harris and Matt like the Giants this week. I think the only way the Giants have a chance is if the Chiefs don't show up this week. Even with a backup quarterback, I don't like the Giants' chances. I really don't. That they don't really have the best defensive line in the world. That's the one concern that the Chiefs have is their offensive line does not protect um,
Mahomes.
Mahomes that well. This could be a huge game for Kelsey. Travis Kelsey, he could go 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think the Giants have no hope in this game. Um, over under being that only one team's probably going to score a lot. 47,
It's the same 52.
52. That's a little high there, I think.
Well,
I think
okay. So the thing they're probably guessing is that the Chiefs could probably put up 40.
and the Giants, in their sleep, may put 14 up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing. You're talking about Kelsey having a big game. What if you hit? I mean, this would have been the perfect Jim Wall or Bill Walsh. You throw those 5-yard slants, and then maybe see how many you can take to the house.
Yeah, with Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill. Who's going to catch him? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all he needs is a couple, like a yard of separation, and he's gone.
All he needs is 2 steps of his steps because and then he's gone. Bye-bye. I don't care if nobody's catching him 80 yards or 90 yards. Darryl Green's not on the field tomorrow night. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think I'd touch the over under. That scares me a little bit. 52 you say?
Yes.
That scares me a little bit because I'm not sure that I think his Giants team could get shut out tomorrow night, and I'm not sure the Chiefs have got 52 in them to score.
Right. If it's one team scoring, then what? The Patriots have the high with 54.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. If one team's only going to score, then this is a definite under. But if you think that maybe the Giants can sleepwalk into like 14 points, then I definitely take the under or the over. Sorry, take the over.
Yeah. I like the Chiefs strong, though. 13, I don't mind giving 13 up. I'll take the Chiefs.
I wouldn't either.
I don't think I'm touching the over-under here. If I were going to, I'd probably go the under.
Okay. Yeah, the over-under is probably not a good play here.
I don't think it is either because Jones, you just don't know how he's going to come out and play. There's a lot of quarterbacks like that, but he's one of them. Rivera needs to copy and send some of Gruden's emails to Goodell.
Oh, no, please don't. Please don't. I don't want to hear any more slurs. And
no. All we want is Rivera to send his resignation in and say, "Look, we've underperformed all year long. Bye bye."
I would not be surprised next month. Okay, technically it's not November yet, but next month you'll see signs at FedEx Field going, "All I want for Christmas is for Ron Rivera to be fired."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't doubt if those signs start coming up.
Right, and the paper bags too over their heads.
Yep.
If I'm paying $50 to watch a football game, 75 or 100, I'm not wearing a damn paper bag over my damn head.
No.
I would have one. I would have one maybe taped to my shirt and saying something about this paper bag is saved for Ron Rivera, so no one can spot him on the sideline or some shit like that. And I might would do that. Might would do that, but hell, why cover your own face up? Shit, cover up Rivera's face, yeah. Oh my God, Rivera's he's really not. He's just not the answer. He really isn't.
No.
Who's going to be the next USC coach? We've only asked that 88 times.
Right.
I still say.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, all of these we talk about the big high picks, but how logical are they really?
Right.
Because we saw the Cardinals took their bench coach. Then the Padres went out and took Melvin, probably because he can do something with a somewhat medium payroll.
Yeah.
Like, have fun dealing with the egos of. Then again, he did have that Milwaukee team with Prince Fielder. So,
yeah.
I mean,
USC football. It's, to me, I think you got to try to bring in the biggest name you possibly can. Harbaugh
Because
right
a
now,
small name ain't going to cut it for recruits.
no. Harbaugh, right now, Michigan, the Michigan staff right now has got 2 feet on his ass trying to push him out the damn door, and the Bears would be the perfect fit for him.
Yeah.
If Nagy gets fired, but
Well,
the
if
perfect
Ohio
storm's
State
gonna-
hangs 55 plus on them again,
yeah,
oh, you better bet that they'll let him coach the bowl game, but your ass is gone.
yeah, I think so too. And the Bears now, they need to handle it. They need to handle this perfect. Everybody says the Bears will not fire Nagy during the season. I'm saying, I'm calling, and I'm saying this: if Harbaugh is available, if they have to get rid of Nagy in order to get Harbaugh, I think they'll do it. What do you think? Even mid-season.
That would not be a well. You're essentially trading one offensive guru for another, except for the fact that Harbaugh actually went to a Super Bowl.
Harbaugh was a proven NFL commodity where this guy Nagy is not. Dave Wannstedt, I don't
Wannstedt's not coming out of
Dave
retirement.
And plus, they don't want Dave Wannstedt back. Trust me, they do not want Dave Wannstedt back. It'd be like bringing back the old defensive coordinator. What was the name for the Philadelphia Eagles? And he came over to the what was the old guy's name?
Kiffin?
No, the old guy in the '80s. He played the 81 defense or the 70. What the hell do they call that?
Not the 46 defense.
Yeah. What was his name? The 46 defense.
Are we talking like Gary Fensick?
No. The old man, the old guy. He was a coach.
Buddy Ryan.
Buddy Ryan. Yeah, it'd be
Although
like
he's deceased now.
Yeah, but it'd be like bringing Buddy Ryan back.
Well, it's either bringing back like Rob or Rex. Well,
right.
Rob Ryan was coach. Rex has always been a coordinator.
Yeah.
I don't see Rob Ryan stepping on a field anytime soon. He likes his little morning job with yapping with Greenberg.
Yeah, Wannstedt. It would be no. Who will manage the Guardians next year? Is Francona coming back?
If he's healthy,
they
he's
haven't
back.
fired Francona yet, have they?
No. It's essentially he's built up enough goodwill that
if he wants to come back one more time, he can. Yeah. Francona, and they got so many ways that they could go. Cleveland does if they wanted to. It'd be interesting to watch it. I think there's the Guardians. Hey, have you seen their new logo?
Well, let's see if they actually are still going to be the Guardians because they're kind of in a lawsuit.
Oh, so it could end up switching to something else before it's over with.
We'll see. I mean, they pretty much invested everything that they had.
Let's just go with Cleveland baseball team. Let's do that for 5 years.
No, because here's the problem. CBT is also a adult term. Oh. If you go to the Urban Dictionary and you'll find out what it is.
Yeah. Is Rex Ryan the guy with the foot fetish?
I don't Yes. Know. Yes. Oh, he was the guy with the foot fetish.
Oh my God. Rex Ryan. Boy, oh boy. Now, both of them, did either one of them ever cut their hair, him or his brother? His brother is the one who's got the
Rob did, but Rex I don't believe did. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm getting invited to watch the Browns game somewhere, so.
All right. Yep, we got you. Browns going to win, you say?
I think they're going to win.
Yep. And you're hoping that they go the better cooler heads prevail and they put their backup in there.
Yeah, but doubtful that'll happen. Baker Mayfield and cooler heads are like oil and water.
We got you.
All right.
All right. Have a good one, my friend.
All right.
And he's heading out. Keith, which game are you going to watch today? Anybody? I don't even know what games are playing here today. I may go in there and turn it on a few minutes and see what's happening. Generally, let's see if I have all those games. Steelers and the Browns or the Bengals and the Jets. One of them will probably be available. Probably the Steelers and the Browns. And if we have an early game, it may be the Dolphins and the Bills. That might be a good game too. But I definitely want to watch the Steelers and the Bills Steelers and the Browns if they play. I like the Steelers in this game. I mean, only one it does really out of all the guys. 3 points. I give it up. We'll see what happens. You guys have a good one. We'll be back probably tonight. We'll see how our NFL picks come through. Have a good one. God bless. Talk to you later. Bye.